Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Our main topic today is about the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths are the core teachings of the Buddhas. It is very important. We can say that it is the most important teachings in the elders Buddhism or in the Theravada Buddhism. There are the truths of sufferings, the truths of cause of sufferings, the truth of the endings of sufferings, the truth of the cause that lead to the ends of sufferings. The Buddha propounds only two new things when he got enlightenment. Those are the sufferings and the ends of sufferings. Hereby, please understand that Buddhism is not pessimism nor optimism, but it is the middle ways of life. The middle ways of life here, the Buddhas touch the Four Noble Buddhists, the Four Noble Truths, to the first time to the five ascetics, Panchavakkhya, and the man teachings in the first sermon that the Buddha gave to the five ascetics, that is the Four Noble Truths. And the main teachings at that sermon, we can conclude that all things in this world, all things in this existence, always affairs, maintains, and these affairs as its own reasonings, as the naturalities. And the Four Noble Truths exactly is about the truth. The truth that happen to this world by cause and effects. For example, the second noble truth, in Bali we call samudaya, is the cause of the first noble truth. sufferings. And the Four Noble Truths, that is Makka, or the 8 paths, or the 8 paths, or the 8 noble, the 8 paths, is the cause of the third. It is Nirodha, mean the end of suffering. For the Four Noble Truths, we can apply them to our real life, especially to solve all kinds of the problem. In my economist writings, I used to analyze and use it as the Buddhist strategies to solve all kinds of the problems in life. For example, for the personal truth, for the truth of sufferings, mostly when we heard about the Buddha teaching regarding to suffering, most of Western, they confuse that Buddhism is pessimism, but really it is not. It's not. Because the Buddha used to say that all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of life's problems, it's not for us to suffer more, but all kinds of the life problem is for realize. Mean that when our life faced with the problem, we have our duties to use for them is we have to realize it first. In Pali we call parinyaya. So in real life, if we face this problem, please do nothing except rely it. Okay, and for the next, the second noble truth, that is the truth of the cause of suffering. If we can find the cause or the reason leading to the problem, please do our duties to abandon it. In Pali word we use the word pahaya, means to abandon it. For the second noble truth, it is Nirodha, the truth of the end of suffering. We have to approach it. We have to come to closures. The truth of the end of suffering here is like the ends of all kinds of the problems in life. So our duties for this, we have to approach it, we have to attain it, so that our life, our problem will be resolved. And for the last, it is the truth of the cause that lead to the end of sufferings. It consists of the 8 factors of the Noble 8 paths. Those are the right understanding, a right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right efforts, right mindfulness, and right concentrations. Or we can summarize the 8 paths into only 3. We call the 3 training course, that is morality, concentrations, and wisdom. Or if you would summarize onto one word, just one word, yeah, that is mindfulness, that is sati. Yes, because whenever you have awareness of yourself, you know, your wisdom will appear. Your wisdom will support, because the mindfulness and wisdom always cooperate and happens according to its orders. So please understand and take note that suffering is for realizing. The cause of suffering is for abandoning. The truth of the ends of suffering is for approaching. And the last one, that is the truth of the cause that lead to the ends of suffering, is for developing. So it's nothing else, that is nothing to regard with the pessimism, nor pessimism and optimism, right? But that is the cause and effect, or that is about the abundance to the roads of all kinds of problems. So our Buddhists, you can apply the Four Noble Truths into your real life, especially apply them into the fields of problem solving. And the most important thing, there's only Theravada Buddhism that take this theory or that take this Dhammas to the world and considers it as the middle ways of life, especially the false noble truth. That is the eight paths that I mentioned above. And for the practical is for the practice, we consider it as the Buddhist strategies. We just follow this step, just like suffering is for relying. The cause of suffering is for abandoning. The truth of the ends of suffering is for approaching. And the cause of the ends of suffering is for developing. So through our life, through our resolving problem, please remind yourself to follow the four main words, that is to realize all the problem first. Second, to abandon all the cause of the problem. And third, to approach or to enlighten the ends of the problem. And that is the outcomes of all steps we try to resolve the problems. And the last one is to develop the cause of the end of suffering or the ends of problem. And here, in Buddhism, the word suffering is come from dukkha, come from a word dukkha in Pali. It means that the problems are the bodily problem or the bodily suffering. And for the mental suffering, we call thomanassa. And the problem we can classify into various steps, various cycle, like the problem inside is we call mental problem, and for outside the body, that is the bodily problem. And snake is the problems of the family, the problems of society, the problems worldwide, the problems is of this universal. So mostly the biggest problem is the problems inside, the problems of our minds, or we call the mental problem. So even the problem is small or big, it is depends on our mind. It is depends on our mind that we allow all kinds of problems influence to our minds or not. If we are get mindfulness, wisdom, moderation, and balance enough, I think that you don't allow all kinds of problems to affect or to influence to your mind, because as the Buddha said that all kinds of problem is not for us to get more painful or to get more hopeless, to get more sorrow, or to get more suffering, to get more sufferings on earth. So how we follow and so how we apply it. Yes, pause all the problems. Please, we don't adjust it. That is the problem. Or we should not serious with it, but we have to realize it first. And the most important thing we have to see is all kinds of problems as the object, or as the objectivities, and our minds or ourselves, we can consider it as the subjectivities. So we have to classify between the objectivities, and mean that we have to realize between ourselves and the objectivities. And don't all the objectivities come and influence ourselves. We have to be the masters of all objectivities. We have to be the smart masters of all things that the world brings to us, because as the main teachings in the Buddha, the sermon, especially the first sermon that the Buddha gave to the 5 ascetic Panchavakhi, that all things in this world, they just appear, maintains, and disappears based on its own reasonings, as does natures. So why people always feeling pain with it, or always sorrow with it? Because we calm, because we always attack to it, and we know and learn on only one side, that we require all things happen, depends on our delusions, depends on our like and dislike. Whenever you require everything in this world happen according to your like and dislike, it means that you are follow your kilesa, you are follow your delusions. But the good way to live this life fully, or to live this life peacefully and happily, we should moderate and balance between our likes and the objectivities. Mean that, okay, we just know ourselves, we just know who we are, and we just observe all things existing based on its own natures. Especially, this world is changing. This world is changing, but sometimes you don't realize it's changing. Even you like or dislike the change, but the world still changes. So if you feel afraid with the changing of the world, yeah, sure, yourself will face with the problems of suffering, because sometimes the suffering is created by the changes of the world. Or we can say that changing is the cause of suffering. And if you don't attach to the changes of the world, it means that you living this life under the detachment of your self, we call non-self. So the purpose of Buddhism also appreciates one who spend their lives to maximize self and maximize non-self. So whenever we feel that yourself is non-self, yes, your happiness, your peacefulness, especially your calmness in mind, will be creative. So please, based on our main topic today, the Four Noble Truths. Once again, it is the core teachings of the Buddhas, and also the significant theories in Theravada Buddhism, so you can come to search for it and try to think about it. And I hope, my hopefulness, that I think that you can apply it into your problem solving. Whenever you got success on your applications, please share it to everybody, because this Dharma, this teachings, it's not for you only, but for everyone in this world. For one who feel that this world is full of suffering. Whenever you see your suffering, mean that you see the truth. We call the truth of suffering. And whenever you realize the truth of suffering, mean that you see the way that lead to the truth of the ends of suffering. So may all of you be free from suffering. May all of you be free from mental suffering. And may all of you be free from all kinds of the problems in life. Namo Buddhaya.